Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement of Wellness Spa Therapies of the Future. Hi, Ashley.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. You are in the lounge, it looks like,
Yes, I am at our Lake Mary location.
which is in Orlando, right?
Yes, it's just east of Orlando.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to introduce what we are talking about today. So this is the Advancement of Wellness Spa Therapies of the Future, Episode 3. It's a collaboration with Well World TV, We Consulting, and Papilia. And this is Project Positive Planet. Joining me is Ashley DaSilva, Chief Operations Officers of VitaLounge. And this is brought to you by VitaLounge. And we've had a great first couple of calls, so much interest in IV therapy, and we thought it'd be awesome to actually be in your location today and get to talk a little bit and see what it looks like, break down some of the mystery behind IV therapy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Ashley, do you want to remind everyone of your backgrounds and how you got started?
Yeah, so I am formally trained as a nurse. I have a nursing license, but really where I learned how to do the IV therapies and the injections with vitamins was through my father, Guy DaSilva. He was a medical doctor and really considered to be one of the pioneers in IV vitamin therapy. Back when he was doing it was very uncommon, and he just really felt that a lot of his patients needed it because of their poor digestive systems and just a load of inflammation and things like that. So to get the direct access of the nutrients directly into their veins, he found much better. So I was fortunate to work with him for years, and together we really developed his IV lounge, if you will, his drip room, which is where his patients were able to come in and receive their treatment. So he spoke for organizations like the A4M, which is the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. He educated doctors on how to perform these types of treatments in their own clinics to benefit their patients. And he traveled around the world to do that. So together we kind of formulated these IVs that we use today, and they have a lot of medical background to them.
Great. So talk us through a little bit of the process. Like, you are in your lounge area now. You have private rooms, from what I understand, but you also have this great lounge area that's social. So what happens when you first arrive at Vita Lounge?
Sure. So when you first come in, you're instantly greeted by one of our nurses. So we have a great nursing team who are really the experts in the treatments and able to identify each individual client's needs based on what treatment would best suit them. So when you come in, we do a quick analysis over what it is that your goal for treatment is. We do a detailed review of our very extensive menu that we have, and allow the opportunity for our clients to ask questions, and again, just really building that value and rapport with them to understand what it is that brought them through the door today. Obviously being a medical clinic, we have forms that they have to complete and detailed medical history. And then after that, they meet with our provider. So they'll do a quick consultation with one of our providers, again, reviewing medical history, making sure the treatment is safe for them. And then after that, it's as simple as starting the IV.
Very good. And the IV is next to you. Which one do you have?
So yes, you'll notice they are very colorful. That comes from the B vitamins. B vitamins are bright reds and oranges, but this one here is our signature drip. It's one of our most popular. It's actually formally known as the DaSilva protocol, which was named after my dad. There's only 3 named IV formulas with vitamins in the world, and his is one of them. So the signature drip is what we call kind of our wellness drip. It's our multivitamin treatment. It's got about 20 different vitamins, minerals, and amino acids in it, and really originally was designed to help with a lot of autoimmune issues, digestive issues, adrenal chronic fatigue, things like that. And now, those patients still benefit from it, but also just your average person can kind of supercharge themselves.
Very good. And then what other types of IVs do you have?
So we have close to, I think we're up to 25 individual different IV formulas. And the reason we're able to have so many is because, again, we have 20 plus years combined of medical and clinical use of these therapies. So we've got from the hangover cure, which is going to treat those symptoms of a hangover, which has been used for years of hospitals have those banana bags. Ours does comes with a little bit more than that, but all the way to something like a Vita Athlete or a Vita Immune. These are going to be loaded and really condensed with high doses of different vitamins and minerals, amino acids, antioxidants to yield whatever result that client's looking for.
Great. And we have a poll up. If and people can go and answer, are you looking to bring in IV therapy into your business? You're here to learn more about IV therapy. So if people want to jump into the poll and weigh in, also if there are any questions about IV therapy, Ashley is the expert in this field and she's happy to answer any questions you might have. So Ashley, you were talking to me a little bit about how things, in this current climate have changed and a lot of businesses have been shut down. Have you all been able to stay open, or what's been happening for you all?
So we have been very fortunate. Being a medical practice, we are considered an essential business. So we've been able to remain open. And it really, I'm so grateful because I truly believe that our therapies can benefit what everybody's going through right now, with preventing things like, the spread of coronavirus and boosting immune system, but even just the stress that's coming with all that. A lot of people are home stress eating, they're not sleeping well, and a lot of these treatments can help naturally with those things, like high doses of magnesium and different lipotropic injections that will help with weight loss and appetite. So we've been, I see it as really serving our community, where we get to help people feel good right now and help them really take a step towards being healthy versus, the opposite.
Right. And it could help acute things happening probably personally with your health or your own wellness right now, but there are also preventative measures, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, a lot of, I would say majority of our clients who do come in, they are on the preventative side. They don't necessarily have an ailment that they're trying to treat with it, but they know it's good for them. So that's why they're coming in. And then we do have, aside the COVID-19 and everything that's going on, the stomach bug where they need hydration, and those are more acute issues. But for the most part, people are coming in for travel preparation, just to, feel energized, and they've got a long week of conventions or meetings, and they're really trying to stay focused and keep their brain health optimal. So we've got a large variety of people who come in.
Great. Yeah, I think that's a good point. Travel preparation. Like, I'm a little nervous to think of not just getting on a plane and all the process and people we're going to come in contact with, but also the stress of new procedures. And I imagine that could build your immune system and your resistance to whatever is going to be happening.
Yeah, stress definitely breaks us down faster. We metabolize quicker. So even if we do eat healthy and take supplements, we're burning through all of our hormones, everything so quickly. So something like this will just help the body maintain those levels a little bit easier and manage that stress.
Absolutely. It's so important right now. And what you mentioned about sleeping patterns, like I feel like my whole circadian rhythm is off, my exercise routine, like I don't have like a normal routine during this time, which is challenging. We need every little bit of help we can get.
Yes, absolutely.
Jeff has the question. What have you done in terms of marketing, educating the public in Orlando to get them comfortable to come in for the IV treatments? How did you bring that, I guess, general education and awareness to what you all are doing?
Some of it was internal. We reached out to our clients, let them know the precautions that we're taking. Social media, it's a great outlet now. We have a huge following here locally, and that's been a really easy way to reach the masses of, how we're sanitizing, how we're wearing masks, how we're keeping clients separated, and things like that. So we've been pretty successful, especially with the amount of people we have been having come in. They feel safe. They know even before all of this, we were clean freaks. We've got very clean facilities and take every necessary precaution that we can.
And you launched 5 years ago, is that correct? The first location?
3 years ago, in the early 2017. Yeah.
Okay. And when you initially launched, you were kind of the innovators, I think, in these type of lounges. How did you like tell people, hey, this is a great system. It's much more effective than taking vitamins. I guess, how did you get general awareness because you guys are busy now. You have 5 locations or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the beginning, I mean, it took a little bit of time, but not too much, because we worked very hard to get the word out, inviting people in, and really, when our clients do come in, it's a really cool experience, because they want to tell their friends. They want to bring their mom back. They want to bring their husband back. Girls will be out for brunch and come in afterwards, so it really is they want to post on their social medias. They want to make sure they get the VitaLounge sign in the back. So they kind of, word of mouth, I would say, was the biggest thing for us in the very beginning.
And that captured client, you see quite a bit of repeat business from, like, once they're a client, are they a regular client?
Yep. I actually worked out of our Winter Park store yesterday with one of my nurses, and I still see people from back in 2017. So we have been able to retain those clients, and it's the experience when they come into VitaLounge, but also the results that they get from their treatment. It's very, very important that they actually go home and understand what they did, and I think that that's really helped us retain a lot of our early on customers.
And I know you had some guests you invited up this weekend. A friend of ours, Kim Diorsi, that's a spa consultant, and she was texting me prior to the call. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I felt immediate results." So I think anything that you have, like sometimes when you get a spa service or something like that, they'll say, "Oh, you'll see the results, down the road." But with this, if you're feeling something immediate, I think that's a huge selling point.
Yeah, and that's what's so great about it, because you don't have to wait very long to kind of see your return on your investment. Most of our clients will start feeling better halfway through the service, depending on what it is that they're feeling when they start. Of course, if they're feeling dehydrated or a headache or any aches or pains, usually those start to subside. And then for me, I've been doing this for a long time, close to 10 years, getting the treatments myself, and I always feel amazing the next day. So
You started at like age 5, right?
yes, I was pretty young. I was lucky. I had a good dad.
Yeah. As far, we know the wellness and the health benefits. Are there beauty benefits as well, like hair and nails? And those are all, I think, general vitamins that we take. Do you see those as well from your patients?
Yes, we have actually 3 IBs in our beauty category, and they are targeting exactly those clients who are looking for the skin health, the collagen building, the strong hair, skin, and nails, thinning hair, things like that. So we also have treatments that even help lighten and brighten skin tone, with different combinations of antioxidants. So we do have a lot, those draw a lot of people in. I think it's, we all know that things like biotin are going to help our hair, skin, and nails. But when you can get it in a shot or an IV at much higher doses, it's just a no-brainer for them.
So could I come in and get like my immune boosting IV one week and then come in for a beauty IV the next week? Could you like change it up and rotate those things or?
Yeah, you definitely could come in and rotate. What makes VitaLounge really unique is that most of the time we can customize every treatment for you. So if you were to come in and say, I want immune support, that's my main focus, but I also, why not? I'm getting hooked up to an IV. Let's make sure, my skin is healthy and evening out dark spots and things like that, preventing wrinkles. So we can do add-ons, and we don't get anything pre-mixed or pre-prepared. We have every individual nutrient. So if you need a little bit of more of something, or you want to customize your treatment bag to essentially get kind of 2 treatments in one, we have the ability to do that. So, and most of our clients do that. I don't think anybody really is ever looking for just one health benefit.
Right. Dr. Charles would like to know how often he should get an IV treatment for optimal health.
So normally we say at least once a month. Again, just in my experience of using these services, and I think it really depends on the health status of who you're talking to. Twice a month might better suit them. That's my regimen that I do for myself. But at least monthly is going to help maintain your vitamin levels. If you do it any more spread apart, you are most likely coming bottomed out on your vitamins again, and we're having to build up. So we're never getting that consistent level.
Okay. And we have some people I see joining us from our previous call because they have questions about the HCG diet. Do you want to tell everybody just an overview if we have some new people about the HCG diet first?
Yeah, so the HCG diet was made by Dr. Simeon years and years ago. Originally, it was called pounds and inches because you will see the pounds and the inches just shed off very quickly. So we combine HCG injections, which is human chorionic gonadotropin. It is a stimulating hormone, and a low-calorie diet combined with those shots, and we see weight loss ranging from 1 to 2 pounds a day. So the beauty about it, and most of you will hear, oh my gosh, 1 to 2 pounds a day, that can't be safe. It is actually very, very safe and very effective because the HCG's purpose in the body, one of its purposes, is to prevent the body from ever going through a period of not producing enough energy. So when we lower those calories, we're almost mimicking a starvation mode. I know that sounds awful, but really we're lowering those calories, and the HCG's job is to release storages of fat to generate energy for the body. So it's leaving that muscle tissue alone. It's maintaining the muscle mass. You're just shedding that excess weight, the fat that you have.
Okay. And so the question is, so I do my HCG diet. I have to come to you for the injections. Is that correct? I come to you, or I do those at home, or how does
So
that
you
work?
do them at home. It is an at-home kit. It's one of the only item that we actually send patients home with. But we prepare all of the HCG syringes for you. You take them home, and then you follow the diet guide that we give you. And once a week, you're welcome to come in. We do complimentary progress checks. We make sure that everything is going the way it's supposed to with your weight loss, and just help you manage it.
And what does the nutritional plan look like that you provide?
It's essentially a protein and vegetable diet. You can have some fruits as well, but really staying away from carbs. And it is you count calories on this diet.
Okay. And how many do you recommend calories based on weight and size, or are they?
So the original protocol was not based, Dr. Simeon didn't make any adjustments for what size you are. So we can have, a 220 pound, 6-foot male who exercises in the gym do the same amount of calories as a 5'3", 120 pound woman. It's typically 500 calories, which sounds hard, but I have done it a few times. It is manageable. And I think the most encouraging thing about a diet like that, although it sounds very extreme, you see results so quickly. So most people emotionally and mentally can commit to that.
And how long am I on that diet for? It's not like a lifetime. commitment, right?
It's
Okay.
definitely, no, it's not a lifestyle. It is a short-term thing. We have 26 days and 40-day options.
Okay. And then I just go back to like eating all my non-nutritional
No,
stuff.
no, unfortunately, if you were to go back to what got you there in the first place, you can rebuild those fat cells. But we give recommendations on how to slowly increase your calories, slowly reintroduce foods. But ultimately, the goal here is to get you off your food addictions, get you off your habits, and eat healthy.
And are you limited in exercise when you're on that diet? Do you have to do like more strength training or since you're taking in such few calories, or are there recommendations with that?
So it again depends on the person. The original diet states no exercise is required. We do have a lot of fitness people who will do it if they're just trying to lean out and really shed that weight quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop going to the gym. So our recommendation is pay attention to your body. If you don't already work out, it's probably not a good idea to start now. Maybe some walking or some light yoga would be recommended. But for those who do frequent the gym often, they should be okay as long as they plan their workouts around their meal times.
So Kim, who I mentioned before, just mentioned she received the IV therapy on Saturday at Lake Nona and had immediate results for more energy, and her brain fog was lifted. Especially impressed with the professionalism and cleanliness of the facility. So you have a fan on the call. John Quarles loves the idea and he's looking to bring it into his spa. So
Awesome.
connects you with John. And thanks everybody for the comments. We do have a poll up. So Ashley, you've had, in my opinion, pretty amazing growth in Orlando in the 3 years that you've been open. I know that you've been a professional in this for some time. What are the future plans for VitaLounge?
Well, that's a tough question. I feel like we really haven't set many limits to what we want to achieve. But doing things like this and really helping educate people on the benefits of it, and hopefully joining spas one day. I do believe that they're very similar clientele that we get here that frequent spas. But truly, being in every city one day, I don't really know.
Some of your fans are saying you're going to Lake Nona, Fort Lauderdale, New York, and New Jersey. So it sounds like
Yes,
you're going to be busy.
yes, we are definitely expanding right now.
Very good. Any other questions from the audience? So I guess the other question would be any contradictions with getting any of these services that you look for? Are they pretty much accessible to anybody?
Of course, with any type of medical treatment, there's always contraindications, and that's why we really do staff the facilities with the proper licensures to make sure that the care and the attention to detail is really there. But, for the most part, in general, everything that we give here is natural. Our nutrients are coming from, FDA approved sterile compounding pharmacies. Most of them are derived from plants, and it's the natural form of the vitamin. We don't do anything synthetic where the body would have a reaction to it. So, things like B12, there are synthetic forms. We do have the natural form. And if you eat steak, fish, or anything like that that has B12 in it, getting a B12 shot, most likely you're going to be just fine. But with the IVs, it does come with a little bit more risk because of the fluids. So we do monitor things like blood pressure and any type of fluid overload issues.
Very good. And can people do more than one IV bag at a time?
We do. Our limit is 2 liters. A lot of people really are dehydrated and don't do a great job at drinking water. So I would say a good portion of our clients will, after they're hooked up, they're like, I might as well do another one. So we do that extra hydration, yes.
And can you mix and match the bags when you're doing that, or is it two of the same?
Um, Most of the time, like I mentioned before, we're able to just customize the base bag and then add some things to yield whatever result you're looking for. So if there is going to be 2 liters, it's just extra hydration.
Okay. We have a question from Andrea. Can we do this in a hotel spa setting? So if I had an existing room I wanted to convert or relaxation lounge, would that be possible? Ashley? Ashley, did you hear my last question?
I didn't. I'm sorry, you froze.
It's okay. So if I had an existing spa or hotel setting and I wanted to reallocate a room or a lounge, is this something that I could offer?
Typically, the spa model is for hotels, resorts, and wellness centers. So I think it would just depend on the space, and that's available.
Okay. But yes, in theory.
Yes.
We have some more questions. John says he hopes so. He wants to convert his area. um, okay. So what would that kind of spa partnership, I guess, look like for those that are interested for space and those type of things?
Well, it's we do need space to do what we do. So it's not so much for the smaller type spas. It is we will require. Most of our facilities are 1,000 square feet or larger. Um, I don't know if that answers the question.
I think so. Um, but it is something that you're looking to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And how would that relationship work? You would provide kind of the staff and the model and the products and those kind of things to make it easy for the spa to facilitate?
Yeah, essentially our mission would be to go in and really set it all up, help maintain the staff, the proper employees in place, the proper emergency protocols and safety procedures, and the IV formula. So we would be responsible for all of that and really partnering up with that spa to help them have a VitaLounge within theirs.
Very good. Any other questions, everyone on the call? And it would be more of a partnership style, and you're not looking to franchise or have other people.
Yes, correct.
Great. Awesome. So I'm really excited that I can get 2 bags now instead of 1. I didn't realize that was a
Oh yeah, you might as well. If you're gonna get poked with the needle, get everything you can.
absolutely. Okay. We have someone interested. We have different locations that are reaching out. So Bahamas is interested to find out more information.
Awesome.
Um, Tanya, what island or resort are you with in the Bahamas? And then we also have John in Colorado who's interested as well.
Great.
So I will share Ashley's email, and you can. It's Ashley@vitalounge.com, right?
Yes.
And you guys can reach out directly to Ashley. We would like to bring this to you. John's curious, could you set up and break down in a day, maybe in conference spaces? So perhaps like a one-off event. Something you do offer outside of your actual facilities is you guys do on locations for events and homes, correct?
Yes. So we do have mobile service available for just individuals who don't want to come into our facility, and then we also do large events. We are actually in our Orlando location. We're just a few minutes down the road from the convention center. So a lot of times those big organizations will invite us. We'll do kind of a pop-up, and we'll just administer as many IVs as they need. We've done a carnival cruise before, which was really, really cool experience, where we are one of the only IV companies who've been asked and permitted to go on one of these carnival cruise lines. So we are definitely comfortable with doing those larger kind of pop-up group settings.
Great. I could definitely see someone providing that in their resort. Um, Very good. Are there any other questions? All right. Ashley, anything you would like? Victor has a question. Do you offer virtual consultations?
Yes, we do. So you could schedule a telemedicine call with one of our providers. He can, go into detail about your goals and treatment plan and make some recommendations. We actually do that for every mobile service that we do offer and schedule before the nurse will administer treatment. And our nurses do travel to the homes and offices and things like that, hotels. Um, they will speak with our provider first before any treatment is given.
Very good. And then just remind everybody, what is the cost for the service?
So we have a large range of prices for our treatments. The IVs do start at 75 and they go up to about 225. Um, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's just dependent on the cost of the ingredients and what you're
Yes.
giving. Yeah,
Yeah. A lot of it just comes down to what goes in it.
absolutely. Well, great. Anything else you would like to share, Ashley? Thank you, everybody, so much for being on this call. Really enjoyed it. Again, got to see your beautiful location.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us here. It's been really great talking about all this.
Yeah. Well, have a great day, everybody.